Okay, we're going to do the practice test here, one item at a time. Save the file on your desktop with the name Stocks 2012. Save as. And I don't think I need to do that. Let's go to the desktop. And I want to put my name. Okay, well, let's put a 2 on the end of that. That'll fix it. Okay, so that takes care of my first item here. And let's just make that black. Change the name of sheet 1 to stocks. Okay, here's sheet 1. Double click on it, just type on top of it. Note that you could also right click and choose rename. Let's go back to our instructions here. Cross off that one. Formula in B2 that will always display the date on which the spreadsheet was opened, no matter when that is. Okay, B2. That would be the today function. You need a pair of parentheses. Okay. Make that black. Merge and center the text in A1. Or columns from name to note. So there's the note column, here's the name column, so all the way across there's merge and center on the home tab. Set the font for the entire worksheet to 10-point Verdana. Let's select the whole sheet right here and type V for Verdana. It almost gets me there, and then click on Verdana, and I want 10-point. Make that black. Make the text in A1. The cell style called title. So click on A1, go to my cell styles, choose the title style. Make the text in A4 to M4, heading 3. A4 to M4, heading 3. Make it black. In A4 to M4, turn on the wrap text feature and make sure each column is wide enough. So let's do that. Wrap text is up here. And right now everything looks good. Might have to check that again before we print though, because sometimes it changes a little bit when you do a print. Set the height of row 4 to 50. Okay, so let's go to row 4 here. And the easy way is right click and do row height and just type the number 50 in there, and that's good. The numbers in the purchase date column are serial numbers. Change their numbers to 14 March 2001. Okay, that's the purchase date column. Let's go to the purchase date column right here, and I'll just select the whole thing, and I want to, now that date format is not one of these, so I have to go to more number formats and go to date, and I want 14 March, but I want a 4-digit year. This one is a 2-digit year, so I need to keep scrolling, and there it is, the last one. Click on OK. There we go. And now let's go back to our instructions here. Calculate the total purchase value by multiplying shares by the total purchase cost per share. So multiply shares by purchase cost per share. Okay. Let's make that black. Calculate the current value by multiplying shares by the current cost per share. So that's going to be equals shares times current cost per share. Okay. Make that black, and can calculate profit or loss, subtract total purchase value from the total current value. So that's going to be total current value minus purchase value, and we'll get negative numbers for losses. This went down, so we get a negative number. And let's make that black. The next one says calculate the sum of all 3 of those columns. We can do that pretty easily, but first we have to have something to sum. So let's select them all and get the fill handle and copy them all the way down at once. And then in my totals down here, let's do auto sum, and I'm going to get my try and get my two-headed arrow here. Can I get my two-headed arrow? There we go. So it doesn't include this, although it really doesn't affect things, since that's an empty cell. And then we'll drag these two across. Okay. And now let's go to the second part of our sheet 1 instructions. Calculate each stock's % increase by finding the increase and dividing it by the total purchase value. So it's going to be the increase, which is this number right here, divided by the total purchase value. And it went down about 22%, it looks like. Okay. So we can make that black and calculate the annual % increase by dividing the % increase by the number of years that the stock has been owned. Number of years is computed as the current year minus the year of the purchase. Okay, so we need to use the year function for that. And I've got to take my % increase divided by the quantity. I need parentheses on this. I want the year of right now, and I need to make that an absolute cell reference because I'm going to copy this formula, minus the year that I purchased it. Close off my parentheses, and if I've had it for about 12 years and it was 23%, that'd be about 2% a year. Okay, so I probably did that correctly. And next one, calculate each stock's % of total portfolio by dividing the stock's total current value by the total current portfolio value. Okay, so % is going to be the current value divided by this number down here, and that has to be absolute. So put the dollar signs in. And the last thing is okay, we did that. We did that. And in the note column, oh, we didn't do that. We need to put sum down at the bottom. In the note column, put a formula, put a plus sign if it's a profit, a minus sign if it shows a loss. Okay? So it's going to be an if function. Let's go to our formulas. Logical if. Okay, how do I know if they had a profit? Profit would be if this is greater than 0. And if it is, put a plus sign in there. Whoops, a plus sign. And I accidentally hit the enter key there, so I also should have put in a minus sign, I think, if it's a loss. I think that's what it said. Let's go back here. Plus sign if it shows a profit, minus sign if it shows a loss. So that's what I had to do. Okay. And if I go back here, there we go. Format the shares. Let's copy that formula down the page first, or all of them down the page. And there we go. And I was supposed to sum the portfolio total here. That should be 100% if I did my calculations correctly. Let's try and get my two-headed arrow there. And hit the enter key. And 1 is 100%. Let's go back to sheet 1 instructions. Format the shares as a whole numbers with a comma and 0 decimal places. So the shares, I don't have commas in there right now, so I'm going to have to do the comma and then reduce the number of decimal places twice. Next item is format purchase cost, current price as dollar values with 2 decimal places. So purchase cost and current cost per share as, and actually we can just do either currency or accounting. They'll both come out the same. Just a matter of where the dollar sign goes. Dollar values with 2 decimal places. That's done. Format the total purchase value, total current value, and the profit or loss columns with a dollar sign and 0 decimal places. G, H, and I. G, H, and I. Dollar sign, 0 decimal places. Okay, darn it, keep going to the wrong. Okay, here we go. That's done. Format the % of the total portfolio % increase and the annual % increase, J, K, and L, as percents with 1 decimal place. So that would be all of these numbers here plus this number down there, and we want those to be percents, and I want to increase the decimal places by 1. And make the totals row bold. Now let's make the whole row bold like it said. And now we've done that. Put a bottom double border below the numbers in the totals row. Okay. Bottom double border below the totals. GH and I. So GH and I want a bottom double border. So go to my borders here and do a bottom double border. And right align column C through L, including the headings. So C through L would be, whoops, try it again, all of those. Make sure they are right aligned. Go back to my instructions here. Center align the category and the note columns. Okay, here's the note column, here's the category column, and I'm going to do a control click on them to get them both at the same time, and then I want things centered. And change the name in the header to your first and last name in 10-point Arial bold. So let's go here and go to header and footer. And did it say right part of the header, or did it say, it just says change the name in the header. And just put your name in there, and it is supposed to be formatted as 10-point Arial bold. Right now it's for Dana. Let's type in A for Arial, and it'll get us to the Arials. And then let's do B. Oops. Must not have had that selected. Let's make it bold. Okay, make all the columns as wide as they need to be. And let's go back here to this view. And then do a print preview. And let me see, what did it say? We want landscape centered horizontally without grid lines and fitted on a page. Okay. Landscape. Scale it to fit on a page. Fit sheet on one page. And center it. Actually, it's as wide as this is, it's automatically centered. But if I wanted to center it, I would go to the margins and center horizontally. And click on OK. And whoops, I forgot something. I also need to get rid of the grid lines. That's on the Sheet tab here. Turn grid lines off. Click on OK. And we're done with that worksheet. We'll stop there and we'll do the rest of the test in another video.